So let's talk about cleaning up our My Tasks. There are some best practices when it comes to using My Tasks, and one of those is to keep your sections cleaned up. There's nothing more discouraging than seeing a whole long list of red overdue tasks. At some point, that starts to become noise and it gets ignored. And so you're kind of defeating the purpose of staying on top of your work. So here are a couple of suggestions that I like to make with my clients to clean this up and keep it a little bit more realistic and true to what your day looks like. All right. So on this today section of our My Tasks, we see a couple of things that are due today. We have 3 things that were due yesterday that are overdue. And then we have a couple of things that were due last week and one that was due a couple of months ago. So this, again, is not motivating to get anything done. It maybe makes sense to go and try to get this thing done that was due a long time ago, but maybe that's not that important and you're trying to decide, should I just go ahead and stay on top of today's tasks? So here's what I'm going to suggest. All right. This is for when you're opening your list and you see these red overdue tasks. Or it could just be when you're assigning due dates. You want to ask the question, is this a hard due date? Is this a hard and fast? This has to be done no later than this time. If it is, and you've come in here and seen this was a hard and fast due date yesterday and we did not get it done, then you need to change that due date to today. And then I like to put mine up in a priority section. So I just move it right up there. And that just helps me if I have too many things in the today section, it helps me to say, okay, this has to get done today. I can't stop working until it has been done. Then you do the same with all of these. If it is not a hard, fast due date, if you don't have to get that done today, then when you get to the end of your day, I would suggest that you push that due date out then. So if this is a hard and fast due date, it needs to go to priorities. And perhaps you put it on your calendar in a calendar block of priority tasks. If at the end of the day, you still have tasks that are undone, that are either due today or were due in the past, I suggest you either change the due date to something more reasonable, or you go ahead and just change all of those due dates to tomorrow. And then what that does is that leaves tomorrow morning for you to prioritize those. So when they're due tomorrow, you can see that once you get the task done for today, if you need to stop working, that's fine. If you have more time, you can go prioritize and pick 1 or 2 of these to get done. But just know that it's best to go ahead and keep that task list clean, those due dates clean. If it is a due date that someone else assigned to you, maybe not that you assigned to yourself and it's overdue, but if someone else assigned it to you, then you need to contact them and either come up with a better plan for assigning due dates, if possible. And that way your workload is more reasonable and realistic for you to get done. Hopefully this helps you get your My Task cleaned up so that you're not discouraged and you can just move forward every morning when you open your Asana instance.